Are Fano fighters again advancing towards Gashina, strategic town, which came under Fano's control a few days ago? Military launched a counter-offensive after that. Fano had to withdraw back then, but it seems that once again they are pushing towards Gashina. Where are they? How many kilometers away from Gashina is fighting ongoing? A road is closed. We have received information from the area. It seems Fano are trying to advance towards Gashina. Secondly, they captured a town or they entered a town close to the regional capital today. Thirdly, we have a new story about Humera Volkai Sagde Getachew Reda is in Humera. Just an hour ago, we received information, and then government sources shared pictures showing Getachew Reda in Humera town. What is he doing in Humera? Let's start with this story about Getachew Reda, former Tigray president, now serving as East Africa advisor to the Ethiopian Prime Minister, is in Humera. Pictures are in circulation showing Getachew Reda sitting with Gashena, chief of security in Western Tigray, and Ashate Damleo, administrator of this area. This is Getachew Reda's second or third visit of the territory contested by Tigray and Amhara regions. And just 2 days ago, I think Colonel Gashena announced the start of return of IDP. I did a video on that, if you remember. Colonel Gashena said that right after the harvesting of crops is complete, IDPs from Tigray will start returning to their homes in Humera Volkai Sagde. And then we heard that some Amhara settlers were issued eviction letters. They were told to leave the area. In recent years, Amhara people were brought into Humera Volkai Sagde. Properties, lands were allotted to them. But seemed that they're being told to leave. Today's visit by Getachew Reda indicates that Getachew Reda and federal government, they want to accelerate the process of return of IDPs because they think that TPLF is using the issue of return of IDPs to wage war. And if this issue is solved, TPLF will have no excuse to wage war. And if this issue is solved, then international community will be on the side of federal government. That is why, on emergency basis, they're trying to solve this issue. But we know that TPLF and Tigray military, they have laid out 3 preconditions for the return of IDPs to Humera Volkai Sagde. TPLF and Tigray military want dismantlement of Gashena, Ashate Damleo government. They want the Tigray side wants withdrawal of all non-ENDF forces from the area, and Tigray side wants eviction of all Amhara settlers from the area before the start of return of IDP from Tigray. But Getachew was sitting with Gashena and Ashate Damleo. It means that so far federal government has not agreed to the dissolution of Gashena government. So while Gashena government is in place, will Tigray allow IDPs to go from Shire to cross Tigray to enter Humera Volkai Sagde? Let's see. Coming 4 to 6 weeks are crucial. TPLF and Tigray military could try to undermine the process of return of IDPs. And maybe that is why military is being deployed. In a video this morning, I told you about ENDF's deployment into Mesabre and towards Tigray. These ENDF units are being deployed to help the process of return of IDPs to stop Tigray forces from interfering in this process. Let's see. Situation complex, but it seems that IDPs are going to return. While government sincere, Tigray's position not clear. Secondly, viewers, is Fano again advancing towards Gashina? Are Fano fighters pushing into Gashina? They had to withdraw from Gashina a few days ago. And if you remember, back then I said Gashina will change hands several times. You'll see that. During Tigray war, we saw that Tigray fighters and federal forces fought for Gashina several times. Ultimately, Tigray fighters controlled Gashina and ENDF had to withdraw. But Tigray fighters could not move from Gashina into Gondar, into South Gondar. They were stopped there on South Gondar, South Wollo border, North Wollo border, you can say. Gashina is very strategic because if Gashina comes under Fano's control, Humera will come under Fano's control. Parts of North Wollo will come under Fano's control. Military could be encircled. Fano withdrew from Gashina, as I confirmed in a video a few days ago. It seems they could be again pushing towards Gashina. Today, I'm recording this video. Right now, Gashina to Filakat road is closed. Why? You know that along this road from Gashina towards South Gon, there are several towns under Fano's control. Filakat, Geregara, Checheho, all these places are under Fano's control. They control Mechanics too. They're in Gant as well. So instead of pushing towards Rata, maybe they're pushing towards Rata too, they are pushing towards Gashina because today fighting erupted in Arbit. Arbit is between Filakat and Gashina. It's around 10 kilometers away from Gashina. Even less than 10 kilometers away from Gashina is Arbit. It seems Fano want to control Arbit, and from here they might make a move towards Gashina. But Gashina will only fall if a multi-pronged attack is launched on Gashina. If Kon comes under Fano's control, if Gashina to Vuldia road comes under Fano control, if Arbit remains under Fano control, Gashina could be under pressure. ENDF might have to withdraw. Sooner or later, you will see that Fano will make a move to retake control of Gashina. It's a very strategic place. So, Fano and military fighting in Arbit these minutes. Will Fano withdraw? Will they just hit military and withdraw, or will they try to control? I think they'll try to control because the target is Gashina. That is why they're trying to control the towns along the road, and ultimately they want to push towards Gashina. Let's see. We'll see in coming what happens. Secondly, another town, it seems, has come under Fano's control today. Reportedly, they are there in the town. The town's name is Durbate. Durbate is located very close to, not very close, but it's close to Bahir Dar, regional capital. It's 30 to 40 kilometers away from Bahir Dar, I think, from the outskirts of Bahir Dar. It is located between Miravi and Dangala. So it's strategic because if this place, Durbate, remains under Fano's control, ENDF supplies reinforcements from Benishangal Gumas won't be able to reach Bahir Dar. They have to pass through Durbate and Miravi to reach Bahir Dar if they want to enter from Benishangal Guma region. So gradually, Fano groups are trying to push closer to Bahir Dar regional capital. The other road which connects Bahir Dar with Gujam, Bahir Dar to Motta road, is under military's control. Military reported dislodged Fano from there. I did a video on that a few days ago. But this road is under pressure now. I'm talking about Debre Morcos, Injibara, Durbate, Miravi, Bahir Dar road. We've seen several attacks by Fano in towns along this road. Maybe they want to lay siege to Bahir Dar. Fano groups want to lay siege, and that is why they are gradually advancing toward the regional capital. But drone strikes are significantly slowing down the progress of Fano fighters because they cannot use vehicles. If you cannot use vehicles, your advance cannot be rapid. You have to move on foot all the time. You need rest too. Vehicles are being destroyed in drone strikes. So the pace of their advance has been slowed down, but they are today fighting near Gashina, a little away from Bahir Dar, two very strategic places in the Humera region. Thanks for watching.